Alright, so here we go. We're going to solve this problem. Hopefully you tried it already and you've been successful at it, preferably. I'm going to erase this to get this just, out of the way. Okay, so first thing you should do is multiply both sides by cosine squared theta. Whoa, that wasn't on the page. Cosine squared theta, both sides. This cancels with that, and you're left with sine squared theta equals negative 3/2. And if you notice on the other side here, we're going to have some cancellation going on. So one of those cosine squared theta cancels with that, so you're left with cosine theta. So that's on the top, so it's just cosine theta. Okay, so now we're back into our stage here where we have sine squared theta and we have cosine. We need to put them into one unit, either cosine or sine. And since this is sine squared theta, we know this is 1 minus cosine squared theta by our trig identity. And then this is negative 3/2 cosine theta. Here we go, u substitution again. Excuse me. We're going to make u cosine theta. So this is 1 minus u squared is equal to negative 3/2 u. This should start looking familiar to you. So now we're going to move everything over to that side so it's all positive. So this side will be 0, this side will be u squared minus 3/2 u, and then we gotta subtract the 1 over to the other side. Again, you should be going with your calculator here and using the quadratic formula. And I'm gonna do that right. Alright, so my two answers for u, I got 2 and negative 1/2. So now we're just gonna replace u back in here and here as well. So cosine theta, when is cosine theta 2? Never. When is cosine theta negative 1/2? So basically what you're asking yourself is what theta value gives you negative 1/2. So when you go to your unit circle, negative 1/2 is right here for cosine, negative 1/2, so that's 2 pi over 3. Negative 1/2 down here, which is 4 pi over 3. And I believe that's it. So 2 pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. So those are your two answers there. 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3. 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3. So those are your two answers. Hopefully you got those. If you didn't, then that's not good. We'll keep trying here though. Alright, so next, there was a couple problems that you did. I'm erasing all this because it ended up being at the end of the page. These two problems were problems that I noticed that you didn't get correct either, and I was just going to show you really quickly because these are calculator problems. I mean, you're just going to go right into your graphing calculator. I'll show you how to do that. I'm going to pull up my calculator, so give me. Okay, so I'm going to do the first one for you, and just quickly you're just going to go to y equals. This is actually pretty easy. And you're going to do sine x. You're just going to type in the left side of your function, plus cosine x. And then you're going to go down, and you're going to type in the other side of your function, so 5x. So here you're going to have one graph, the cosine plus sine graph, and then here you'll have 5x, which is just a straight line. What you want to find is where those two intersect, because once you know where those two intersect, you should have your answer. So I'm going to graph this. Okay, so right here is our intersection. What I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit more. So zoom 2 and press enter. Okay, so here's our intersection right here. So we're going to find out what that value is, and I think that your homework required you to go out 2 decimal places, so we're going to do that. So in order to find out what the intersection is, you go to the calculate menu. It's right above the trace key, and it's yellow, so that means you'd have to hit the second key first. So you hit second trace, and there are your options, and what you're going to select is intersect. Oops. Clear. Let me go back and do that again. Second, you're going to select option 5. Alright, so now notice it says right here, first curve. So the calculator wants to know what's your first curve. And that's going to be our first curve, the one that it's on right now, which is the sine plus cosine curve. So you're going to press enter. And now it wants to know what your second curve is. And usually it automatically jumps to the second one. So here's the second one, it's on there. So I'm going to press enter again. And now it says guess. That means guess where your intersection is. So all you're going to do is move the arrow key to like put it close to the intersection. Press enter. And by golly, there we have it. The intersection is 0.24, it looks like. So that would be your answer for x. So you would just write down x is, and I think that they wanted you to round 2 decimal places. So x is 0.24, I believe it was. You're going to do the same thing for this one. So hopefully you can do that one. This would be going on one side and to y1, and this one would be y2, and you find where they intersect. I think the answer is like 0.75 or something like that. Okay, so that takes care of all of the homework from section 3.3. So hopefully that helped you out. Let me know if it does help you out. Respond to my email. Okay, thanks.